Hello and welcome to Willcome America Digital Edition Journey. In today's video, we are going to create a simple design using a stock design, and then we're going to add some lettering to it. To begin, we are going to open our DST file. So I'm going to go to File, Open Design, and I'm going to select the pattern. In this case, it's going to be the football. I'm going to go into options before I actually open it just to make sure that my objects and outlines are turned on. If this is the first time using your software, you're going to want to make sure that it is turned on. What this is going to do is when you bring in any stitch file or embroidery file in the background using Willcome's patented stitch processor, it is going to rebuild the design into object and outline data that is going to allow you to scale up or scale down and adjust stitch count accordingly. It will also allow you to change stitch types of different areas, add our underlay, manipulate the connectors, etc. So just make sure that this is turned on. Once it's on, it does remain on, but if you ever have to reinstall your software, that will default to off because it is the system default, so you'll have to remember to go back in and turn it on. So I'm going to go ahead and just open my football. A couple things that we might do from this point is select the entire football and take a look at the dimensions. It measures 2 inches wide by about 1.25 inches high. Might want to go over to our color object list and just take a quick look at its sewing sequence. So it's doing the body of the football, some of the detailing, and then the stitching and the border. Now, these aren't the true colors of this football. These are just what the software has done is when it opened the DST, it detected color changes. So Willcome is going to take that stitch file, and every time it sees a color change, it's going to assign it a color based off our default color chart down at the bottom in sequential order. A future video will show you how to colorize this to the true colors of the design. So from here, I want to add some lettering. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to right click on my A tool, which brings up my lettering properties. So the way I look at this is kind of a recipe. You're going to start at the top by typing in your text. I'm going to take a look at the various fonts. Now it's going to pick up the text that I put in the text box and then give me a visual representation of that particular design. So let's go ahead and select book script, and then I'm going to go ahead and set this to 0.5 inches. Now that 1/2 inch is the measurement of your capital letter, not necessarily the entire word, because as you see, Sunday has the Y with an ascending character, so it might be more than 1/2 inch. So now I'm going to create the text, and if you look at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, it says press mouse button to start text. So I'm going to go ahead and just click here. And there's my text, and I have football and Sunday is. I'm going to go back to my A tool and right click, and I'm going to type in the second line of text. Again, I'm going to leave it at book script, but if I wanted to choose a different font, I could. I'm going to leave the height at 0.5, and this time I'm going to do an arc counterclockwise. So I'm changing the baseline for my bottom text. I'm going to come back up to the create text. I'm going to get accustomed to looking in the bottom left-hand corner. That is our prompt line. That is always going to dictate what the next step is required in the software. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. That's the start point of the arc. the end point of the arc, and then I'm going to come down and I kind of like have this jump rope, and I'm going to click here, and it's going to generate for football. Now I don't really like the way this looks, so I'm just going to come over back to my object properties, and I'm going to change my baseline back to a free line. And I can take this and move it down. It's a little too close to the football. So there's my simple design using a stock DST file and adding our Wilcom lettering.